Coders, innovators, developers, technologists, and hackers from all around the world have gathered for ETHDenver this year in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, where each group had 36 hours to create applications with the potential to create a better future using blockchain and the Ethereum ecosystem. ETHDenver awarded 5 impact winners this year, being judged on usefulness, design, technical sophistication, creativity, diversity awareness, and their means to build the future. Prabhu Velayutham, Somasundaram Sundaram, and their team JobSimple were impact winners in this year's competition. They believe they are just the company to leverage blockchain, a technology notorious for negating the middleman, to address the problem of migrant labor, which allows workers to easily be taken advantage of.
JobSimple is supposed to be an application that bridges the migrant worker and the sponsor who is going to hire the migrant worker. What we wanted to solve is to eliminate the middleman who currently misuses the worker who doesn't know much about the country that he's going to move to. And there are many ways they misuse the system. First way, in a best case, they're just underpaying the migrant worker. The worst case is they hire for one job and then push them to a different job.
So what exactly is it about blockchain technology that can have such a profound effect on the lives of migrant workers? The answer lies on the technical side, on blockchain's fundamental nature.
Blockchain brings in this power that is not available in any other technology, right? Open, transparent protocol. What that means is we needed to give the power of controlling the data to the worker. You trust on the technology, right? That's where the power of blockchain comes in.
Misused migrant labor is the reality in perhaps all emerging economies. It is a cheap source of labor that can underpin the massive growth of infrastructures in developing countries.
I spent some time in Singapore. I also went to villages in India where there are at least one person from every home in a village who is a migrant worker in a different country. In the wealthy nation like Dubai, Singapore, Malaysia, things like that, right? So they move there, they work, and then a lot of the time they get scammed by these middlemen who take most of the cut.
JobSimple is championing the rights of migrant workers everywhere, but with their team, the challenge comes from a place more personal.
I came from South India. It's called Tamil Nadu, and a small village. But every family in the region they want to go abroad. So my brother is the first one. He's also the dream to go to abroad. And he saw the ad. So there is a sales manager in Saudi Arabia. He wanted to go. And what he did, we sold the land to take the money. Went to the agents, we gave the money, right? They said, we will apply for visa, we'll get a ticket. He flew to Saudi Arabia and he went there. He's not a sales manager, he's a sales worker. And he able to work low pay and not 8 hours, it's 12 to 14 hour jobs. The thing is, the agency took the passport, he couldn't able to come back. There is nobody to complain. They don't know what salary they are paying to the agency. So he has been paid very less.
With the motivation necessary to tackle such a widespread and heart-wrenching issue, and with a viable technical solution, JobSimple is ready to take the plunge. But issues of this scale are never so easily righted. There are certain hurdles to pass before a technology can be integrated and the benefits reaped.
The first problem for us is how to reach the worker and how to make it simple enough so any person who doesn't have these technological background can make use of this platform to solve their own problems, right? The second challenge is the sponsors or even corporate companies, they don't want to deal with some of the messy stuff like how to take care of housing for them, what are the benefits for them, how to provide initial capital to bring them in. So we need to educate the corporate companies that by promoting this middleman, they are being part of this bigger problem and not helping in solving the final needs.
Blockchain technology might just be the unprecedented innovation necessary to help set the digital foundation of the world, where much of the ugliness can be stymied. The cold, methodical gears of blockchain don't see opportunities for abuse, for taking advantage of the vulnerable. Those at ETHDenver, like JobSimple, see blockchain as the practical means to usher in a new reality, where operations are more fair, more transparent, and undoubtedly more human.